Content delivery networks, CDNs, are widely used to improve website performance and user experience by delivering content from servers located closer to the end users. However, there are certain scenarios where using a CDN may not be suitable or necessary. Here are a few situations when using a CDN might not be recommended. Limited or local audience. If your website or web application caters to a small, localized audience, and the majority of your users are located in close proximity to your server, using a CDN may not provide significant benefits. In such cases, the cost and complexity of implementing and managing a CDN might outweigh the performance improvements. Highly dynamic content. CDNs excel at caching and delivering static content like images, CSS files, and JavaScript files. However, if your website or application generates highly dynamic content that changes frequently and requires real-time updates, a CDN might not be the best fit. The caching mechanism of CDNs can hinder the delivery of fresh, up-to-date content. Sensitive or private content. If your website deals with sensitive or private content that should not be cached or served from external servers, using a CDN may not be appropriate. CDNs typically store copies of your content on their servers distributed across different locations. While most CDNs offer security measures, if your content requires strict control or compliance with privacy regulations, it might be better to avoid using a CDN. Budget constraints. CDNs often come with additional costs, especially for high-traffic websites or applications. If your budget is limited, and you can't justify the expense of a CDN, you might opt to rely solely on your origin server to serve content. This may result in slower performance for users located far from your server, but it could be a more cost-effective solution in certain cases. Experimental or development environments. During the development or testing phase of a website or application, it may not be necessary to employ a CDN. CDNs are typically utilized in production environments to handle real-world traffic and optimize content delivery. In development environments, it might be more efficient to focus on local testing and debugging before implementing a CDN for the final deployment. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to use a CDN depends on your specific use case, audience, content, and budget. Evaluating these factors will help determine if a CDN is a suitable solution for your needs or if alternative approaches should be considered.